Page 1. The History of the Fried Kingdom, Volume 1. Editor's Note. This is the official document recording the history of the Fried Kingdom through eyewitness accounts, previous records, and historical observation. Chapter 1. Foundation. It was a lonely, dark world when the first pioneers of Castle Spat made their way to the end of the world. Upon discovery of the Great Blue, the pioneers understood their duty to create a beacon of civilization and to cleanse the world of the underwater barbarians known as fuckfaces to the fried, or guardians in the common tongue. The pioneers began the construction of Castle Spat, a massive fortress designed to assert control over the Great Blue. The castle's construction symbolized the next step in human evolution, creating some of the world's first modern economies through the outsourcing of projects such as the industrial warehouse to foreign specialists. This combination of social mentality and adaptability allowed the pioneers to lay the foundation of one of the world's greatest civilizations. Chapter 2. Crusade. With construction of Castle Spat underway, the discovery of a nearby fuckface fortress was discovered, aimed toward countering fried expansion. These hostile intruders took the lives of several early explorers. Outraged by these transgressions, the Fried Kingdom called all citizens to arms. From builders to miners, farmers to gatherers, the kingdom stood united and ready to take the offensive. Mustering the great amphibious invasion force the world has seen to date, the Fried Crusaders set sail to vanquish the fuckface aggressors. The first assault met mediocre results, with the Crusaders suffering a massive 33% casualty rate. The superior fuckface numbers and range technology gave them a violent edge. Despite these issues, the first wave was able to carve out a staging zone, where reinforcements from the second wave began to flood in. After regrouping and setting up logistical support, the Crusaders were able to fight through the fortress and execute the fuckface leadership. This power vacuum resulted in the collapse of the entire fuckface command structure, causing the mass retreat of fuckface forces to more secure parts of the Great Blue. The Fried Kingdom claimed success in the First Crusade. Chapter 3. Ramparts. It was like any other day. Construction on Castle Spat was on everyone's mind. A mining expedition was preparing to depart. All of a sudden, one of the guards shouted, "Man the ramparts! We've fallen under siege!" A new enemy had arrived from across the Great Blue. A tribe of savage barbarians known to the Fried as ass-faces, or raiders in the common tongue. Though Castle Spat had not been completed, the basic fortifications were in place. This tactical advantage allowed the Fried defenders to push back the initial assault, slaughtering the entire attacking first wave and claiming the banner standard of the attacking force. Witnessing the destruction of their allies, the remaining ass-face forces fled from the deep blue from which they came. Castle Spat's defenses had finally been tested and passed with extraordinary results. Chapter 4. The Tides of War. The ass-faces came once more, united under one banner. The barbarian ass-faces were near limitless in number. The walls of Castle Spat held strong, but the attackers were able to take them. A massive battle atop the walls of the great fortress commenced. The defenders, led by their zealous naked champion, Lord Commander Boofington, the first, fought valiantly. After driving the invaders from their walls once more, the Fried received an ominous message. The message read, "Hear he, hear he. We shall defeat your champion and burn your castle to the ground. Your fortress shall never be completed, and all shall bow to the unmatched power of the united ass-face coalition." Alarmed by the show of provocation and unification from the ass-faces, the Fried Kingdom began making preparations for a long, sustained conflict. This was merely the beginning of an eternal war. Chapter 5. The Boofing of Travesville. War. War never changes. Following the attack and official declaration of war from the Ass-Face Coalition, the Fried Kingdom began mobilization on both military and diplomatic fronts. In an effort to hurry production on Castle Spat, Lord Commander Boofington I was sent on a diplomatic mission to the village of Travesville. Travesville was a neighboring rural community with a bustling agricultural economy. Prior to the beginning of the diplomatic mission, the Ass-Face Coalition intercepted and decrypted a message sent from Travesville from the Fried Kingdom, detailing the plans and schedule of Lord Commander Boofington I's visit. The ambush was set. Just as Lord Commander Boofington I arrived in the village center of Travesville, a flurry of battle horns sung from the forest. Before the local militia could react, a horde of Ass-Face forces descended upon the stunned defenders. Cutting down soldier and farmer alike, the invaders showed no mercy in their assault. A group of defenders, led by Lord Commander Boofington I and Mayor Travis, held an unstable line. Knowing this fight was unwinnable, a runner was sent with a vital call for reinforcements from Castle Spat and the other surrounding towns and villages. Desperately holding the line, one defender after another was cut down. The trickle of fried reinforcements was no match for the unending tides of Ass-Face barbarians. Eventually, enough professional forces were assembled to push the invaders back. The defenders formed a line and advanced, one horrible step at a time, with the support of archers from land and sea. The defenders could claim victory, but this one, much more hollow than the others. The total casualty rate is still unknown to this day. Fried and Travesville casualties are estimated to be in the dozens, with civilian casualties rumored to be double that. The Ass-Faces suffered heavy casualties as well, but were clear in sending the message that they were a present and powerful military superpower. Relations between the Fried Kingdom and Travesville remain cordial, yet fragile to this day. A new world was born this day. A world of war. Chapter 6. Loss.
Oh no.
Another routine trade mission had gone wrong. A mounted caravan of some of the Fried Kingdom's greatest knights traveled to the haven of Coppercock Canyon to pick up a shipment of stone for Castle Spat. In an unfortunate series of events, one of the confused knights accidentally slew the kingdom's finest stallion. A true, purebred pinnacle of horse potential, a symbol of the kingdom slain by its own. This loss, following the hollow victory in the Battle of Travesville, was a demoralizing setback, hurting public support during tumultuous wartime. The kingdom was reaching lows as war opportunities turned to ashes around them. Chapter 7. Redemption. It started as any other typical day in the Fried Kingdom. The war was already taking its toll on the already demoralized population, with new reports of losses on the front lines coming back in every day. The lack of local patrols to keep the peace was leading to a state of anarchy, fueled by the recent loss of the kingdom's symbolic idol, horse. The kingdom was at a near breaking point when the trade caravan arrived from Coppercock Canyon. Amongst the standard shipment of stone sat a very lucrative item. This item was none other than the ancient Fried national anthem, written and lost in a time before history. This tune had not been heard for over a generation and was thought to be lost to the sands of time. The recorded track by Lana Del Rey had been returned. The Fried people rejoiced, wept, and healed together as one again. United and more motivated once more, the Fried Kingdom moved forward with a newfound determination. Construction of Castle Span accelerated while the troops around the front line were reinvigorated by the compelling glamour of their nation's anthem. The Fried Kingdom was not going to remain knocked down. As payment for the restoration of their dearest national treasure, the Fried Kingdom sent a shipment of 128 iron blocks to Coppercut Canyon. Chapter 8. The Baby Boomers. Refugees were arriving. Refugees had begun to arrive since the boofing of Travesville, but the recent influx from the front lines had forced the fried citizens to reprioritize construction towards increased housing. Intending to surpass the growth rate with ample housing for all, a massive residential expansion project was launched, vastly raising the population capacity of Castle Span. After the completion of the residential centers, more and more shops, restaurants, and services began popping up all over Castle Span. This increase in economic activity led to even more immigrants arriving from even more distant lands. Combined with fried invasion forces shifting to occupation forces, leading to the return of deployed troops, led to yet another large population increase. With recent moral, economic, militaristic, and immigration effects snowballing, the Fried Kingdom's housing bubble was set to pop at any moment. With the Fried now rapidly focusing efforts on increased housing, more Fried citizens were being born every day. Fried leadership were forced to take drastic action, massively reforming the military into a smaller, professional, defensive rapid response force. The smaller but more professional standing army allowed the majority of former soldiers to lead a peaceful life of farming and construction in the Fried labor force. This reallocation of resources not only allowed the Fried Kingdom to handle the ever-increasing population, but also continue construction of Castle Span at record speeds. The baby boomer generation went on to oversee the completion of the outer curtain wall of Castle Span. Castle Span was now impervious to any form of assault short of a sustained siege.